Okay, I know. All right, YouTube. I know we've done this so many times that I don't know, maybe people's tired of watching me fix holes in boats. I don't know. We got to get out and go sailing one day. This was run up onto the rocks. This is a sunfish. So, sorry I'm out of breath. I've done a lot of work right before this. And having chronic bronchitis doesn't contribute well to breathing and being wild. If I'd have known I had this in the day, I could have probably done something and ran better than I used to. So back to this. So this piece got ripped here, and after I got done sanding and wiping down, I went around with a little plastic hammer and started tapping. And I found a few other soft spots here. Looks like I got one here, but it's not. It's just where it's been rubbed on the dock. That's, yep, there's one right there. Just found it right here. Got a soft spot right there. So I got to grind that out. So I'm going to go ahead and get these patched up along the sides. I found this soft spot here that's crushed up too underneath the gel coat. All these spots that are crushed, you can see they were needing attention. So anything that's got a erasable marker circle on it, that's solid. It just needs gel coat back to it. And I'm trying to grind it out in preparation to each one of the areas back to where it's solid again. So this has turned from being 9 holes to 11 holes. That's what I wrote down, so that makes it 12 holes now. And this whole side is just bashed. And I think what happened is this one got off the dock, and the wind coming in from the northwest blew it up against the rocks. Because it was after that windstorm we had that the director over here at Lake Norman Community Sailing, his name's Sean O'Donnell, he told me that this one was bashed against the rocks. Well, it got put on the back burners, and I'm trying to get them all back to seaworthy. So let's get to work on it. I will not be on camera working on this one because I don't have my tripod today. AC just knocked on. I keep it at about 72 in here, see if I'm right on that, so that our gel coat chemicals don't go bad. So if they get warm, they crap out on you, and then you've got hundreds of dollars worth of trash. So let's get to laying some mat, and I'll come back to it after that. This is something you haven't seen me do before, but on these small sunfish, it's better to go ahead and put a little tape and paper on there, because you're going to have some runs when you're using epoxy. It just wants to run. So I put some tape under there, and what that's going to do is keep it from building up globs that I have to work on later. That way, as soon as you get done putting on your application of fiberglass and you're ready to quit, just go ahead and let it have a few moments. I won't say minutes, because it's about 35, 45, depends on the temperature. Now, if I were outside, it would flash off so fast I couldn't even get it out of the cup. So I'm in the climate control, trying to keep it as cool as possible in here. What would actually be better is if you keep your epoxies or your vinyl resin, if you're doing like I do at the big shop where I'm working on boats that get finished to showroom quality, you keep those in a refrigerator. And what that does, it gives you a longer work time, because when you lower the temperature of one of these products, you get a lower temperature out of the container. So then it has to warm up because it has to reach a certain temperature to flash off. So if you can keep that stuff around 40 degrees, 35, whatever, then you get longer work time out of it. And that keeps you from being rushed. And then when you're rushed, you have globs, and that's longer work time and getting it back to look good. Now, if you guys are watching this because you want to know how bad a sunfish can get before you repair it, well, pretty much you can tear them almost in half and put them back together. They'll still be a good vessel. However, if you have a sunfish, not one that's beat to hell like this, but it's in good shape and you've outgrown it, and you want to donate it to us, look us up. We're online, Lake Norman Community Sailing Center. We also have a Facebook page. I personally don't do Facebook, but we have someone monitoring and mediating. Is that the right word for that? So we have someone running that. So if you want to donate a sunfish or even a flying Scot, let us know. We'll take it. We're nonprofit. All right, so on with this work, and I'll be back with a little in between the work shot. So, all right, before I get started, update. This one still reads moisture, so I'm going to have to let this one lay here and dry out longer. The other 5 up there, they're dry. So this wicked in a lot of moisture. Now I've got it flipped up. I turned the AC temperature down just a little bit, and that'll help draw some moisture out of the shop. So it was, tilted down where that collapsed on me. It was so heavy, so laden with water. So I'll peel this tape off in a minute, and that way, because if you don't peel this tape off, what happens is it gets so sticky that you wind up with a mess that you can't repair. It's just the adhesives in tape are destructive to the forces that are needed to be productive in any kind of exterior coating, whether it's paint, unless you're doing house paint, which really won't hurt you there. Actually, if it's water-based paint, you can use a little water to help you get along better. But anyway, if it has moisture in it, what you're going to wind up with is a delamination or a bubble in your repair. So this will not repair until it's dry. It's going to need a day or two to dry. So I'll get to work on this. That'll give me more time to prep on that one. As you can see, there's more of the shop open in here to me. We put some stuff in a storage container. This will help me be a little more productive. I can get these vessels staged to where I'm doing one thing on one and doing another thing on another. And I can turn it into like a production line. Yeah, there's that many of them that get damaged here. It's not a thing that I'm going to fuss at anybody about. It would be nice if I didn't have to do as many. Because I would love to see the day that I don't even charge the sailing club for anything but just coming over and pumping the water out of the boats one time. Instead of, I'm probably going through a washing machine of my own every 2 years, because this dust wears out a washing machine. All right, look, you don't believe me? You see that pair of coveralls laying on that ladder? That's after I've shaken them out, and that's 2.5 hours of working at a grinder after 2.5 hours of prepping to grind it. So I'll be back. That'll have to wait. So I painted each damaged hole, and that's basically going to take the dry piece of fiberglass and I will wet it out on the broken area. And all I will do is slide a piece down, take the paintbrush and push it in. I will pour just a little bit of resin on each one of these as I go along and keep moving on. It's going to take longer because I'm using those cups. I'm stopping to buy some cups on the way home. All right, I'll be back with more. See if I can give you one more tip, a preventative damage tip. So if you're looking at your roller and it's starting to pull little hairs out of it, that one's not doing it yet. This one started to. You can hear that sticky sound in it. There, you see how it's trying to pull some up? If you get to where you're pulling those fibers up, it's already flashing off. Go ahead and stop. Don't worry about it. If you've gone too far and it's still a big white bubble, then you're going to have to grind all that off once it cures and go back on. But go ahead and stop right there. Even though I said stop, I'm going to get that one little air bubble right there that I see, because I don't want it in there. See, it pulled right there. Did you notice that? It's right at the point where it's getting ready to flash off. So I used 6 of those little stupid cups to do those 5 little spots. Now I'm going to go over here and use another cup, and I'll put some acetone in a cup, and I'll take a clean paintbrush and I'll clean it off. And then I'll take a acetone rag and clean all that off. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lay this paintbrush right here on the edge of the trash can so that it can dry. If it'll balance for me. It's this one I like to lay it on. Lay it there, let it dry. I don't want it in the trash can. That stuff putting off heat can start a fire. If it's up in the air, it'll be fine. And I just don't want to leave it laying on a table. Okay, guys. It's been a long morning. It's time for me to go get some lunch. And I'm going to take some acetone, clean this up, throw all my trash away, give it about 45 minutes, and I'll peel that tape off so that none of the crap runs down onto the clamshell part of the sunfish. I'm thinking about pouring some acetone on this, because acetone will cause rapid evaporation. It might dry this out a little faster. Maybe I can get this together tomorrow. But either way, I'll be grinding on that one tomorrow and patching the few little holes that are on it. I may be ready to go ahead and patch. Can't remember where I'm at. I didn't write it on the whiteboard over there near the door, so I'll have to flip it over tomorrow morning and see where I'm at. Old man's give out right now. I'm ready to go get some lunch. See about getting some products to finish up my cousin's boat. It's been forever trying to get the stuff that I need for it. Got to get that thing back to him. It's got about 112 hours of labor left on it, and probably 3 times that of waiting time. And then the availability of when do I have free time to work on it, because I'm doing it just for the material, no labor charge on it at all. It would not be worth fixing if I charged him labor for that boat. All right. Y'all have a safe one. Thanks for stopping in.